I'm old enough to remember segregated water fountains, segregated hotels, segregated washrooms, segregated neighborhoods, and segregated schools. In June of 1968, I was 18 years old, an idealistic teenager and a protester who believed that I was part of a generation that was about to change the world. That was 52 years ago, and as I like to say, I've changed on the outside, but I'm a lot the same on the inside. I know that I've had a privileged life, and that my privilege is a fluke of birth. I am lucky to be a Canadian, lucky to have never known hunger, lucky to have never had to wear a uniform and go to war, lucky to have been born in 1950, 6 years after the Second World War, so I never had to personally be part of the atrocities that Germany perpetrated on people of my heritage. I believe that anyone with a history that includes discrimination should be the first to call it out when they see it. I understand a little about hate, misunderstanding, and prejudice. I see people blaming all Chinese for the coronavirus. I see people with money who think that because they are wealthy, they are somehow better than others with less money. I have witnessed the plight of First Nations in Canada. I see millions of refugees fleeing for their lives, and I am obsessed with the news currently coming from the United States. It is simply overwhelming. Black lives matter. Every life matters. Democracy espouses that every citizen is equal in the eyes of the state. Our democracies are obviously flawed, and every few years they boil over. That being said, how many of us who are considered privileged would like to trade places with those people who may be less privileged or labeled as different? I don't believe that enough has changed in this world since 1968. I am not an idealist. I don't believe there is a vaccine that can cure these problems. I know that people look after themselves and hold on to what they feel belongs to them. However, I think it would be productive for each of us to stand in the shoes of someone who we look upon as less privileged or different. I think that if we could envision ourselves in their place, or better yet, see ourselves as they see us, then we might not be so proud of what we see. To be truthful, we are all the same. We are all skin and bone. One day we will all be dust. We are also all afraid. Afraid of being less fortunate. Afraid of being looked upon as different. Afraid of losing what we have. Fear and greed are at the root of all this divisiveness. Now is a good time to discuss civil rights and equality. Now is always the right time to respect each other. Now is the right time to be understanding and compassionate. Now is a time to listen and a time to act with courage, patience, and wisdom.